Hi, welcome along to Transfer Daily. We're on a different time zone today because we're live over here in New York City. Now, I normally do the show about 8:30. It's 8:46 here, so bear with me. But we're over here in New York City. We've come over for Arsenal. They're going to be playing against the New York Red Bulls this weekend, and I'm glad to say that I've made it over here. Got in on the flight actually just after the Arsenal flight with all the players landed. Of course, they was on a private jet, not travelling quite how I was travelling. But listen, we're live here, and it's great to be here. And listen, let's get straight into the transfers. The rumour that's going around today, the hot rumour, is that Arsenal put in a £8 million bid for a Brazilian international. Just looking through a few of your comments here. And no, it's not Fred. It's Roberto Firmino. Roberto Firmino. He plays for Hoffenheim over there in the Bundesliga. He had a very, very good season yesterday. Just checking his stats here. Scored 16 goals in the Bundesliga with 11 assists. And it has been interesting. Clubs like Chelsea. Now Arsenal apparently have put in a bid for him, real sort of left side, typical Arsene Wenger type bid for a player that nobody is sort of expecting, but apparently they've placed a bid in for this guy. They're looking at him and thinking it's a player that they'd like to bring in. Of course, a lot of Arsenal fans, like myself, do believe that we need another striker. Bit of a strange one as well, because, you know, that means £8 million will be about the similar sort of price as Loic Remy. And they've, you know, changed their mind on Remy, and now they're looking at this guy. Bit of a surprise because he'd have to come in, get used to the whole Premier League, etc. But they've obviously seen something in this guy which they think, yeah, he could be a top player. So look out for that hotting up over the next few days. Roberto Firmino from Hoffenheim. A player that's interested in Arsenal at the moment, and apparently they've reportedly put in an £8 million bid for him. On the subject of strikers as well, apparently there's rumours out there that Arsenal are still interested in Jackson Martinez. Now, it's whatever rumours you really want to go with. There are some rumours saying that Porto are willing to sell him for about £15 million. Then there's other rumours saying that Porto are holding out for the buyout clause of £35 million. Nobody knows for sure. We know that Jackson Martinez, he says he was an Arsenal fan from when he was growing up. He would love to come and play with Arsenal. He's got a phenomenal goal-scoring record in his last 2 seasons over there in Porto. He's a player that I'd love to see come to Arsenal. Whether it will happen or not, we're going to have to wait and see. If it does, it's going to be another, I think it'd be another one of those ones that would come down to the wire. I certainly don't think that Arsenal are going to be paying that sort of money to bring him in, 35 million buyout clause. There's no way I don't think Arsenal are going to bid that sort of money for him. But another one we're going to have to watch this space on is that Jackson Martinez deal. And on the subject of Brazilians as well, there's been a rumour today that Douglas Costa. Now, Douglas Costa, he's Brazilian, very, very good player. I've seen him play a couple of times. He plays for Shakhtar Donetsk, and a very, very good player, attacking midfielder. Now, we all know about the problems that there's been over in Ukraine. We saw that plane that was shot down the other day, and there's been lots and lots of, virtually like a civil war in that country, and a lot of it at the moment is focusing on Donetsk, where Shakhtar play their football, and Douglas Costa apparently does not want to return to Donetsk. He fears for his family, and he is open to a move away from Donetsk. Now, the rumours are linking him with Arsenal. Now, I don't know if these are proper rumours or just from the fact that a couple of seasons ago Arsenal really, really wanted to sign this guy. He is a very good player, but another attacking midfielder, I don't know. We don't need attacking midfielders. We need holding midfielders. That's what we need. We need a holding midfielder. So I'm not sure about that link with Douglas Costa, but he has been linked today. Another player being heavily linked today, which I'm not sure about, again, is Iker Casillas. It won't go away, this rumour. That Iker Casillas is a player that Arsenal want to sign. Of course, he's very experienced. He's won the World Cup. He's won the Champions League. He's won titles galore. He's got experience galore. But as we've seen in recent seasons, he's not the Iker Casillas of one time. His wage demands would be very high, and I don't know, I can't see it. Would he want to come to Arsenal and play second fiddle? Surely he's going to want to come to Arsenal and start every week. And I've also, you've heard me with the rumours for weeks now that David Ospina is Arsenal's #1 target. So I don't know about these Iker Casillas rumours to Arsenal. We're going to have to wait and see on that one, but I just can't see it happening myself personally. It'd be high wages as well, which I'm sure they could use that elsewhere. So, but it's still going around today that Iker Casillas is a player that Arsenal are heavily looking at. Joel Campbell also has been involved in the rumour mill today. Now, there are rumours out there that AC Milan want to buy Joel Campbell. They really, really want Joel Campbell. Of course, remember, Campbell's one of the stars of the World Cup. And I was saying to my friend here in New York that if we had gone out and bought Joel Campbell, maybe a lot of us as Arsenal fans would be saying, oh, great signing, we signed one of the stars of the World Cup. But because we've already got him as an existing player, maybe we don't look on it as a fresh player. But he was one of the stars of the World Cup, and AC Milan are very interested in signing Joel Campbell. Of course, Joel Campbell hasn't even played for Arsenal yet. He's been out on loan for all those years. Now, there's been rumours going around today that Arsenal may possibly use Joel Campbell as in a swap deal for Mario Balotelli. Again, I think this is a bit of rumours. I think this is a bit of people putting 2 and 2 together. From what I understand, Arsenal do want to try out Joel Campbell this season, so we're going to have to wait and see on that one. And that, again, could be one of the reasons why they didn't go for Loic Remy, because maybe they're thinking that it's time to give Joel Campbell a chance. And just the last one I want to tell you about, two here. Of course, Thomas Eisfeld, who was a young prospect, signed originally from Borussia Dortmund's youth academy. Is at the time when Arsenal was sort of looking at Marcus Royce, looking at Mario Götze, and decided to get Thomas Eisfeld. I really like this kid. I thought he was really, in the games I saw him play, he's really skillful, looked really good, but he hasn't quite made the grade at Arsenal, and he signed for Fulham yesterday. And also rumours been going around today that Arsenal are going to be looking at playing Jack Wilshere in that holding midfielder role, that sort of anchorman role. I think Wilshere can play that role, but honestly, we need a player that's going to play that position that's got presence. That is where we fell down last season against teams like Chelsea, against teams like Liverpool. We didn't have that presence in midfield. And whilst I know that Jack can play that position, we need a dedicated defensive holding midfielder, whatever you want to call it, that's going to sit in front of that back four. And I'm not sure if Jack Wilshere will be the answer to that. Let me get into some of your comments. And wow, there's hundreds coming in. And just before I get into these comments, let me just say thank you very much. I came over on the flight last night, missed my original flight, got in here to New York, woke up this morning, turned on my computer and realised that we've reached 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we're really, really humble and grateful for that. And thank you so much for all the support you've given us. Let's get into some of the comments. Stacey Daniels said, I heard we've given up on a defensive midfielder and we use Jack Wilshere in a new role. But that's nuts. He's too small. Exactly the point I was just making. I don't... Listen, we need presence there. He's a great player, but we need presence there. Let's go through to another one. What have we got here? There's so many of them coming through. Adnan Nair says, we should have bought Jan Mavia when we had the chance. Whatever happened to him? He was like the person that we were going to get in that position for that holding midfielder role, and then, he's just gone completely off the radar. Benjo B says, no, we don't want Balotelli, he says. We do not want Balotelli, so he's definitely against it. Sam Paper says, when talking about Casillas, he said he would definitely prefer Ospina. I think, listen, Ospina's in the bag. French Connection says, keep Campbell. Oh, my God, he's great. He tweeted that he came back to the UK to chase his dream. I saw that tweet as well. Listen, the guy's enthusiastic. I think it's time now that we gave him a chance in that role. Rena Shady says, we need Schneiderlin or Carvalho. If we don't get Khedira and transform him into a holding midfielder, and what are the rumours that Wenger put a price on Santi Cazorla of about £20 million? All I can say is that I spoke to Santi Cazorla a couple of weeks ago at that Puma launch, and he said to me that he's happy at Arsenal and he has absolutely no intentions of leaving the club. So I'm hoping that that is a fact. Jesserick says, I heard that AC Milan want Jackson Martinez. That's true. There are several clubs that are interested in Jackson Martinez. But what makes the link with Arsenal good is the fact that, number one, Arsenal have got money. And number two, Jackson Martinez has openly said he's an Arsenal fan. He'd love to play for Arsenal. So that surely gives Arsenal like a head start. Ahmad Safwan says, Cavani, Khedira, then we're all set to win titles. Yeah, it sounds simple when you put it like that. It's not as easy to bring them in. Krista Freighter says, Firmino is similar to Michu, elegant on the ball and can pick a pass with and can drop off and collect the ball, which is good. That's Firmino, the Brazilian that's been linked. Carlos says, or was it, sorry, Carol's 1410, apologies for the pronunciation. He said, I've heard that David Ospina has signed for Arsenal, and I've also been hearing that's imminent, that he's going to be coming in. And you know what? There's loads more comments coming through, and we're so grateful. Listen, Transfer Daily, we're going to be doing it over here in New York, but it'll be on a slightly different timeline, yeah, because the time over at the moment's 8:57. So I'll be on a slightly different timeline, but there's hundreds of you watching at the moment, so it's incredible. And I'm here with my friend. Let me jump him in here. This is Oscar. How you doing, Oscar?
What's going on,
so I hooked him up with a T-shirt here. How's it going?
Sanchez is a gooner, baby.
Listen, Oscar, tell us about, I know that a lot of fans over here in New York are getting really excited about the whole Arsenal playing in New York. And tell us about the event that's going to be kicking off today over here in New York.
Well, this is what's going on. Today is the first day that Arsenal is coming to New York City, which is actually in New Jersey, and they're going to play in the Izod Center. The Izod Center is actually a facility that used to be played for the New Jersey Nets, which is Brooklyn Nets. It's an open facility, and what's going to happen today is that we're going to have Thierry Henry in part of the Q&A with a host Hugh Wizzy, affiliation with Kick TV, and also 3 players from Arsenal are actually going to be there for the Q&A. In addition with that, the FA Cup is coming to New Jersey, and we're actually going to have all the exclusive fans that are Arsenal member fans actually take pictures in groups and settings with the FA Cup, and from there just talk about Arsenal all day, and hopefully looking forward for the rest of the weekend. Friday, what's going to go down is that for the people that love Puma and everything else, there's a Puma store in New York City in downtown by the Village, and what's going to happen is that they're going to have a couple of Arsenal players and launch the kit for the U.S. and show everything that they have in their and just have everything with everything that you can actually buy. And Saturday is actually a good one because that's when the Red Bulls play against the Arsenal, and it's gonna be a good venue because you're gonna see everybody there. Just all the lights, just for the simple fact of seeing Arsenal there. They haven't been here since '94. And then Sunday, it's actually a good treat because by Chelsea Piers, and excuse me, I don't like to use the word Chelsea. But Chelsea,
he's a proper gooner, man. Chelsea.
Chelsea Piers, what they're gonna end up doing is that they're gonna actually have a tournament with Arsenal, and they're gonna have it's Arsenal America, Arsenal Philly, all the supporters from the U.S., which is actually in the tri-state area and across abroad with California. They're actually going to go in there and they're going to have a 3-on-3 tournament, talk Arsenal, and just actually get all the gooners that are abroad the United States get to know a better hold of each other and just keep communication flowing on what's going on in all the venues in the future. So if you guys are coming, this weekend, it'll be great. You'll see us, all about it, and we look forward to it. And if you can, then just view us, and we'll be more than glad to show you what we do here.
And I'll tell you what, I haven't stopped talking. Come back here, man. I haven't stopped talking about Arsenal with this guy since I arrived, man. That's all we've been doing. We've just been talking about transfers, about signings. We've been, it's great out there.
That's what we do here.
They're getting excited over here in New York about Arsenal playing over here for the first time. And thanks very much for watching Transfer Daily. We'll be back tomorrow. Look out for some videos as well. We're going to capture some of that today. Of course, today, as Oscar was just saying, they've got this event over in New York where Thierry Henry is going to be there and some of the Arsenal players. Hopefully, we'll get along and see and meet some of them. That should be great. But it's Arsenal Fan TV over here in New York City, baby. He's even got me doing the accent. Poor accent. Terrible accent. Over here in New York City, clocking out. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. And thanks for the 100,000 subscribers.